What led you to our practice?
A friend referred me. Funny story. We had a girls' night out. She goes, I couldn't let her sleep because I was snoring too loud. Turns out she was snoring too. So we decided we're getting old. We got to figure something else out. So she told me that she's been coming over here and that she's had some good results from it. So here we are.
And you said, let's go too.
Well, yeah, she said, you're coming with me.
It's a good way to do it. And at what point, I know you said a friend referred you, but at what point did you say, I want to seek out another? Was it just the snoring, or were there other?
No, there's been other things. I just don't seem to clear answer from a regular doc. In and out, medications, not something. So figuring practical medicine will be a best option, something outside the circle. That was what got me here. Just looking for another option.
And were there symptoms you were experiencing that were hindering or impacting?
Well, tiredness, foggy memory, unable to lose weight, or I did struggle with kidney stones, so I was giving a lot of antibiotics, not really that was my energy level, but it just seemed like I was struggling for long. My doctor never really checked see my levels of vitamins or iron or anything like that. So when I came down here, I checked for all that, and I've seen some improvement, as far as my energy level is up. I'm not as foggy. I feel like I can't remember things that I felt before, like what did you say 10 seconds ago, type of thing. So that has improved. That definitely has improved. My weight doesn't really, still struggling to lose weight. However, I'm gaining muscle. That's a plus. I want to feel strong. I don't want losing weight. And so this is a good thing for me.
And what about you? Yeah, like what symptoms were you experiencing before that were impacting your day-to-day life? And what brought you here?
Well, I'm diabetes. I've got my glucose been out of control. It's caused I have vision problems now because of it. So I've been trying to reverse it. Trying to lose a few pounds, trying to get some energy back so I can feel like exercising and, feeling human again, because I was in a slump myself. She said I probably need to be the guy I used to be, and so she brought me here.
And do you feel closer to that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my glucose is coming down a little bit, and my weight not going up, which is good, and maybe down a little bit. I still have a lot of work to do, but my energy levels up. Definitely. I get up earlier and work. I work a lot. Work long days, and I'm coming home feeling okay, which is a good start for me.
It's incredible. It's also incredible that you guys are doing this together. You're going through this journey of better wellness together.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit?
Well, we focus a lot on our marriage. So we want to make sure that we can grow all together. So we're trying to do everything possible to have golden years a little healthier than the average people. And, just trying to give it the best shot that we can, so we don't have to take care of each other in bed. We want to be out and about and be a little healthier because it seems like a lot of things these days jeopardize your health. So we're just trying to work together. So I think it's been good for us physically and mentally.
So let's talk about, I guess, why your first experience at the practice or with the practice.
Quite honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I just completely kind of lost type of thing. I was just kind of afraid with it. She said it's been good for her and her husband. We were just like, oh, well, let's give it a shot. It's just looking for something new to try to improve to see if it worked. And so far, it's been a slow process for us. But I think a lot of it has to be on us too. We are under a lot of stress, run, and I think that does delay our process. But it's been an improvement for sure. Our energy level has been up. I'm one that you have to drag with a crane out of bed.
That's the truth.
And but I don't feel like that anymore. Once I'm up, I'm up and go all day. So,
It's incredible to hear. Truly, to have that much of a difference the second you wake up.
well, usually I used to have like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I used to hit the slump where I just wanted to be in bed. That's not the case. That's been huge actually. Where I can still mentally aware and I'm awake. It used to be like I had during that time. I just like it was enough for me for the day, and it was rough because it also made me very moody. And it's hard to be around people when you're not feeling well. You just don't feel any energy or anything like that. So being able to function through the whole day has been magnificent.
I can imagine, yeah. Do you have anything to add or about your experience?
I didn't know what I was getting into when I came here, I'll be honest. And this, you may find this funny, but my sister owns a medical spa in South Florida.
Oh, really?
For many years, and she's been on me to make some changes, and sometimes I listen, but I usually don't. So I didn't know what I was getting into when I came here, honestly, but it seems to be making some improvements in my life, so I'll continue the path.
All right. You just have to be told 1 million times and by a few people, right? Yeah. But, that's how I operate too sometimes. So what about your experience with their team? Like coming in, meeting our team?
Oh, they've been magnificent. It's been great. It's a great experience, very welcoming. Yeah, there's from the moment you walk in, there's a warm feeling. Everybody just go out of the way to say hi, and it's very welcoming. I've never felt uncomfortable here.
Honestly, we were talking this morning. We live over 100 miles north, and we take a day off to come down here to do this. We said, kind of weird that we, look forward to our medical appointments so we can get a day off and get south and low stress and the low stress.
Things are running away from our daily life.
So this is a good excuse to get out of work for the day.
Well, I mean, I feel very happy that we're a part of that day for you. That we're a part of that experience. So what about the initial lab panel that you've done along with the InBody scan? Like, how is that process of doing that, especially for the first time?
I didn't know what that InBody scan thing was. To me, I'm like, this is some kind of weird science. But honestly, now that I've done it 3 times and I'm starting to see the different measurements as I go, how great it is to see, things about my body I didn't know. Muscle mass in different parts of your body. That's great to know. I mean, I don't know if the information will help me, but at least gives me a good idea of my makeup of my body, so I know a little bit more about it and things I can work on and improve, and to see that things have changed. Some things slid backwards last time, and this time they've improved again. So I got a good target, by looking at that screen and say, okay, all right, I can work on that. I can fix that. I can make that better. So that's interesting. I like the InBody.
Yeah, the body scan is neat because it also gives you that printout, so you know what you're doing. Okay, so I did better on this, but I'm not so good on that. So what's causing the difference? So it helps you visualize and actually see, okay, normally you go to the doctors to tell you, okay, well, you gain weight. Well, you got to do something about that. Or, get on the diet. But being able to visualize, okay, where you're doing better, because I gained weight. Okay, I personally gained weight, but it was muscle mass. The doctor would never tell me that. They just say, you gain weight. So here I am. I'm feeling like a slob. So this is actually helps me understand. Okay, I gain weight, but it's muscle mass. So it's actually a good thing. I see it as a good thing.
Yes, it is. It is a good thing.
So to me, visually and mentally, to see that report is good because it helps me identify what's good and what isn't, and maybe things that I can actually focus a little bit more. So yeah, so that's my thing on that as well.
So that first initial visit with your provider, could you walk me through that experience?
That was the Zoom call that we had. He was great. I mean,
About the health coaching or which part?
The provider. So your first visit with the who do you see? Do you see Colin?
Colin, yeah.
So yeah, that first going through your labs and that experience of expressing, going through your history, expressing your goals, expressing your concerns, his responsiveness. How was that experience?
He was great. I think he was very informative. He cleared a lot of things. He set some goals for us as well. He's also very understanding, like that our lifestyle may sometimes not be as easy to accomplish certain things. So he looked for other options. So he was realistic. He wasn't just like, here is your goal and go for it. And not, well, sorry that you can't make it type of thing. I felt like he was very informative of what he was giving us, because he gave us a list of things that we can work on or not. What can we improve based on suggestions. I'm not highly into a lot of medications, and he understood that. He didn't kind of condemn me for that. He just said, well, we'll work on something else. So I thought that was great. He just open-minded about it too.
Are there curious?
I like Colin. He's giving me some good advice. I mean, nothing I didn't know already about myself already, but he gave me some good goals to work on. Just small goals, achievable goals. Normally I know myself very well. If you give me 10 things to do, I'll probably do none of them. But if you give me 2 things to do, I'll probably get through them pretty easily. And that's kind of his philosophy. Let's work on these 2 things right now. Get good at those, and I've been working on those things, and that makes sense, and that seems to help me a lot. I like having a little bit of a plan, a little bit of a roadmap. I feel like I've gotten that.
Let's talk about your, experience or the way that you view your health and your longevity now versus how you did before.
Well, I still have some unknown health issues that are plaguing me that we haven't got to the bottom of yet, but that's something that I don't know. So I still have some concerns with my health, but I feel like I have a little bit better control of it now, so we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
With me, it's been more of a slow process, but and I know it's on me too. So I don't know. I'm still looking forward to see more progress as far as that, and I do feel that I'm gonna get that with them. It's just like I said, it's also on me because there's certain things that I haven't been able to follow through what they have a schedule for me. So I think that has delayed a little bit. Definitely the direction, them helping you map what you're doing. I do feel that I can get better, and I have been feeling better. So that's a plus right there. So I know that there will be more. It's just a matter of time.
Are you looking forward to learning more? I know you both are, like a summary of what you're both saying is that we're looking forward to learning more. We want to learn more. We're still figuring things out.
Right.
Where there are still some things that are unaddressed.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So before learning some of these things, has it impacted your, motivation towards your health? Has it impacted your idea of how to take care of yourself, and that there are more options available, there are more options open? How do you think that's impacted the way you view your journey in health? Because I know a lot of the times healthcare, you said in the beginning, healthcare is very, take this medicine, do this. They won't really give you enough information. Then we're waiting 6 months for an appointment, right? And it's a little demoralizing. So what can you say about this particular experience?
Well, this has been more focused on what I've been taking. Is more like things that I really need, like vitamins and things like that. Where regular practice, they usually give me some kind of medicine which comes with side effects, and there goes something else will get damaged. And I do have other underlying issues that they don't work with over here. So maybe even some of the setbacks will be, I gotta address those issues. But like I say, I'm not big into big pharma. But I am willing to learn more about how my body works and what do I need to actually reach that level of health that I'm looking for.
So my last few questions are about functional medicine. I know you said a friend recommended you. Sometimes people do a lot of testimonials. So people will say, oh, I saw this, and I talk about functional medicine to my friends. So if somebody was on the fence about functional medicine, and maybe you've been pulled from your own experience, if you're on the fence about it, how would you describe it to somebody? What would you say to them?
To describe to them, well, first of all, I would just go... If they're struggling with something they haven't got a result, I personally go with practical medicine. It's just they really focus on what really you need instead of pushing something that maybe help you and it doesn't give you the side effects that the other stuff may. So that's usually what I said. I've had good experience. He's had good experience. Definitely seen a big improvement on him as well since we've been coming over here. Energy level, mental awareness, so I can say this worked for us.
That's good. We noticed that.
Yeah.
And how would you describe functional medicine in general? How would you describe it to somebody who said, functional medicine, I don't know, what is that? Is that just regular medicine?
It's more focused on what you need. It's focused more on your needs, not on the doctor's budget.
I kind of think of it as, I don't know, I haven't really thought about it much, I guess, but really it's, I don't like taking medication that I don't have to take. I don't want to take it. I'd rather healthier and more natural and take things that are more natural and less side effects. And I feel like I get that here. When they draw my blood initially, I get all these markers of things that are going on in my body that my doctor would never show me or that I don't see. So I can get a better understanding of what I need either through nutrition or exercise, or that's kind of nice to see that instead of here, take this pill and get on with your life. I don't want that. I'd rather, vitamins I'm okay with and things like that. I feel like I get that here. Functional medicine, it's not, here's a pill to cure it all. Is that the good definition?
That's a good definition. Yeah, like personalized. Yeah. Not a.
Yeah.
What is it? Colin. Do you see Colin Dees or Colin Renaud? Renaud. He always says, "We're not going to do, one pill for every L." That's what he says.
One pill for every L. I like him.
Right. He actually is on our podcast a lot. We do like webinars that we can ask live questions.
Oh, okay.
And like things like that. So very well spoken. Yeah, which is I really enjoy listening to him. I'm on the back end. Yeah. I'm listening in.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, writing things down. And is there anything else that you would want to leave somebody with who's learning about functional medicine, interested in it, on the fence?
Give it a try. What do you got to lose? It's your health. You've got to control it yourself. This is a good way just to at least see what's going on inside your body. You get a wide understanding of things that you need to work on that might not have known about, and that this gives me an idea. It wasn't as scary as I thought. It was painless for the most part. It's helping me out.
It's taking control of your own health and not allowing big pharma control you. That's what I like about, because it focuses more on you, more natural resources instead of just, like I said, magic pill for this, magic pill for that. And then you ended up with 20 other problems. This is focused on trying to help you, fix you, instead of a Band-Aid over whatever issue you may have. So that's the way I look at it, is taking control of your own health.